Hi, this video is about solving problems involving work. So let's start with this problem. After unpacking from a week-long vacation, Wally lifts his suitcase off the ground and over his head, placing it on the top shelf of his closet, 2.2 meters above the ground. The empty suitcase has a mass of 1.6 kilograms. How much work does Wally do on the suitcase? So I'm going to start by drawing a picture of the situation, just a basic picture. So I've got Wally right here, and I've got a suitcase, and he lifts his suitcase off the ground and over his head up here, and that goes a distance of 2.2 meters. 0.2. Okay, so that's helpful information to know. All right, we want to know how much work does he do? And so if you remember, work is force times distance. So we already know the distance is 2.2 meters, so we can check that off. We just need to find the force. And we're not given a force from the word problem. There's no newtons in the word problem. However, we do know that the suitcase has a mass of 1.6 kilograms. And that's noteworthy because if we know that the mass of the suitcase is 1.6 kilograms, then we can use that information to find its weight. And why would we need to find the weight? Well, if you're thinking about what Wally is doing, he's lifting the suitcase up, and in order to lift it up, he's got to equal the weight of the suitcase pulling down. So if we find the weight of the suitcase that he has to, counteract, then we'll know how much force he's actually pulling the suitcase up with. And that's what we want to know. So the weight of the suitcase is the mass times the acceleration due to gravity, 9.81 meters per second squared. So I'll just solve this over here. The mass is 1.6 kilograms, and the acceleration due to gravity, 9.81 meters per second squared. We're not really concerned about positive or negative right now. There's no vectors needed for work. So 9.81 times 1.6 gives us 15.7. We'll round that to just 16 newtons. Sorry, I went off a little bit there. Okay. 16 newtons for the weight. And so that's the amount of force that Wally is applying to the suitcase. And so now we know the force and we know the distance. We can find the work pretty simply. Work equals 16 newtons times the distance, 2.2 meters. Multiply those together. 16 times 2.2 is 35.2. We'll round that to 35. And it's Newton meters, which we turn into joules. So that's all I've got for you in this video. Remember, habit is the battleground of character.